DK Metcalf is a shell of himself. If you look at DK Metcalf's numbers this year, they don't ring. This is a guy that's getting overpaid. And I'm not saying DK Metcalf isn't a good wide receiver. He's 27 years old. He's in his prime. What are you going to get for him? He's a loudmouth. He's been pushing his way out of Seattle for the last couple of years. I remember before the season last year, he was asking to be traded. Now, as far as teams wanting to get him, the Packers' name is going to be in everybody's conversation because the Packers need a number one guy. They don't have one. And with a guy like Jordan Love, you can absolutely use a guy like DK Metcalf. But do you want him there? Do you want a guy that's a loudmouth who goes around speaking that he's like the greatest thing since sliced bread? He is the Terrell Owens of this age of football. I remember watching Terrell Owens. I mean, his body, even now, when you look at Terrell Owens' body, he's not human. His muscles and his definition and the way he looks, he's amazing. When you look at DK Metcalf, that was the thing that really stuck out with him at the combine, especially running the way he did and doing all the things, benching. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. He's a physical specimen. But do you want this guy in your locker room? He's a me player, not very liked by his peers. I've heard stories. A lot of the offensive linemen are not too fond of him. A lot of the players on that roster are not too fond of DK Metcalf. And one of the reasons why Pete Carroll did not got another opportunity to re-sign with them was DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf and him were not getting along in the locker room. And Pete Carroll, over the last couple of years, has come out and said that there were players that he did not like. He didn't say it in that way, but there were players that didn't really respect me in the locker room. And I think DK Metcalf was one of those guys. I think DK thinks he's bigger than the team. I think he thinks that he's bigger than the players that are playing on that roster. And I think that's why wherever DK Metcalf goes, I think he's going to fail. And you do not want him in your locker room. He's one of those guys that no matter how talented he is and how young he is and how big of a physical specimen he is going to ruin your team and your roster. So good luck wherever he goes.